Yeah, I got it. I got it.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh wait, let me go
It's on my channel.
okay.
Just give us 1 second, y'all. We just making sure we good. Is your volume up? Turn your volume up.
Yeah, yeah. I thought I had
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing.
Yep, yep.
All right, cool. All right. Before we start, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, the honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all of you like to Akim Aqua, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit. It's your brother Malak, it's your brother Kazak here in Detroit. The point for this video, the title of it, Close Only Counts in Horseshoes. Meaning what? In this ministry, y'all, we're not Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai that are looking for precision. Uh, we need to know the meanings of these words that we bring out. We need to know the breakdowns of these verses. We need to know the understanding of what's been presented in front of us. The Lord isn't looking for close enough, right? This isn't in the actual game of horseshoes, if you can't get your horseshoe on the pole, the nigga who got it the closest wins. That's not what if you're off, you're not gonna make it. So the objective is to be what? On point. All right. As a matter of fact, get what is it? The Church of Berea. They would search out the scriptures. Um, we can't afford right now. You saw recently those guys, one body, incorrectly breaking down hell. Nathaniel, he didn't switch the chart up. All them African nations it is. We can't afford to be off in our understanding, nor off in our daily walk. You can lose your life. Berea, Church of Berea, KJV. Um, it's in the book of Acts. Uh, we have to be on point in our understanding of these scriptures and in our walk in our daily life because we're getting to the end. One childish slip and it can result in your death. Matter of fact, let me start with this out of 1 Corinthians 14. You found it yet?
I'm looking for it. Still looking at Acts now.
Church, just go to Google, type in Church of Berea, bro. Church of Berea, search out. Did you spell it right, Berea?
Yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians. We'll start at 14 and 20. Yep, 1 Corinthians 14 and 20. Brethren, be not children in understanding, howbeit in malice be ye children, but in understanding be men. Right? So we have to be fully matured in our understanding in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We can't afford to have gaps. You can't afford to not know what the mark of the beast is in 2025. You can't afford to have a misunderstanding of what hell is, right? Because if you believe that hell is an actual place, then you'll be scared to die. And if you're scared to die, you'll take the mark so you won't die. Or you'll bend the knee, however, to Esau Edom. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your understanding has to be on point. Therefore, your faith will be on point. So you can stand against the wiles of the devil without faltering. You still don't got it?
It's Acts chapter 17. It kind of gives me a lot of.
Go straight to the verse.
Okay, this Acts chapter 17, and I start at church, verse 13. But when the Jews of Thessalonica had knowledge that the word of Yahweh was preached of Paul at Berea, they came thither also and stirred up the people.
Not that one, no, the other one. The other one says these were not like them. Just type in Berea, Berea, on your I'm using my phone to record. Type in Berea on the Bible app, and it should come up in like 1 or 2 places.
So,
What's in front of you?
Acts 17:10,
What's the other one?
Acts 17:13. That's the one. Let's see, the one in Acts 20 in verse 4.
That's probably it. What does it say?
It says, "And there accompany him
Not that
to
one. What's
yeah,
the other one?
yeah. Now, let me see. Those are Maccabees. Let me see.
Type in searched out the scriptures. That's the exact phrase. KJV, Church of Berea, searched out the scriptures. Like I was saying, taking it back to that First Corinthians 14, dealing with the things that we have to understand. The reason why our apostles and elders they're so fervent about understanding these breakdowns, it's the foundation of the faith. If there's any holes, if there's any gaps in your understanding, that leaves room for Satan to slip in and to bug you out, or for you to bend the knee to Esau Edom when he comes with his demands. I'm gonna go get that 1 Corinthians 9 myself, because in this world, y'all, growing up, recently, back to the early 2000s, you had that son of a bitch, Bush. What did he pass? No Child Left Behind. America promotes a spirit of mediocrity. Anybody can make it. Uh, 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 you know, trying to think, all inclusiveness. The Heavenly Father's never been about that. And when you look at the priesthood, right? What was it? You couldn't be a midget. You couldn't have a cleft palate, right? You couldn't have nothing wrong with your Johnson. The Heavenly Father wanted a fully healthy, upright man to hold office of priest and high priest. He wasn't no imperfections. And now we're in this flesh, so we are going to have imperfections physically, but spiritually. Your spirit has to be full and hearty. If it's not, you can be overcome by the wicked one. You got it?
Yeah, this is Acts chapter 17, and I start at verse 11. And these were more noble than those in Thessalonica,
Yeah.
in that they received the word with all readiness of mind.
So the church of Berea, when they heard the word, they received it with readiness of mind. Keep going.
And searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so.
So they searched out the things that Paul taught them. They trusted, but they verified. That's another one. Trust but verify. I forget where I heard that one from. Trust but verify. So they believed Paul. They were glad to hear it, but then they had to verify it and back it up for themselves. That's why recently, within the past couple of years, the apostles had started using the term um, qualify. Like you have to qualify a statement. Do you have some?
Not at the moment.
Go get that. 1 Corinthians 9:20. Let me see. Start at
20, 24.
Give me a second. Yeah, start at 24.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize, so run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to attain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
Right. So the people of the world, they're doing the things in their life for that which is vain, and we're doing it for that which is immortal. Verse 25, right? Verse 24. The objective of running a race ideally should be to win. No one competes hoping for 8th place, right? Or you don't go to work throughout the week hoping if you work 50 hours, I hope they just pay me for 10. No, you expect to get paid for your full service. The same thing with this ministry. We're doing the expectation, Lord willing, is to be one of the elect, right? One of the saved remnant. Sha'ar, what is it? Sha'ar, Yahshua, remnant saved, literally.
Yeah,
You're not, or shouldn't be doing this, putting forth, minimal effort, being lackadaisical, Me and Ariel was speaking about this the other day. The elite are taking their shit 100% serious. Esau, Edom, the elite banking families, warlocks and shit. They're going 100% serious for their new world order. They're going 100% serious for setting up the mark, indoctrinating the minds of the people. So we have to go 100% serious for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It has to be that balance. What you got?
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. Study shall show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Yep, needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And you only do that when you've been fully applying yourself. You can't. Matter of fact, I want to see if we can pull it up. I don't have my phone. Look up sin in the Old Testament, and just on the blue letter. You can look it up on the blue letter. And if it doesn't come up there, you're gonna look it up in the etymology, because the simplest definition for sin is to miss the mark. Literally, if they bring it up properly, the actual definition means to miss the mark. What is the mark? The law. To do outside of what the law said to. Whether you imagine you're throwing a dart on a dartboard, instead of hitting the bullseye, you flew off somewhere. That's essentially what sin is, to do outside of what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai orchestrated.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You got it.
I'm gonna go to etymology on that one.
You didn't. What did it say on blue letter?
It said,
You pulled it up in Old Testament.
Yeah, sinful, sin offering, condition of sin, guilt of sin, punishment for sin, sin offering, purification.
Okay, look it up on
Yeah.
Look it up on etymology. It's been years since I've read it, but literally, to miss the mark, y'all, is to sin.
This is the online etymology. Violation of divine law.
Violation of divine law. That's one.
Offense against God. Moral wrongdoing. Injury, mischief.
Does it say anywhere directly to miss the mark?
No, it does not. No, it don't say anything else.
Okay. I can't remember off the top of my head where exactly I have to look it up. Could be a specific Hebrew word. But one of the definitions for sin is to miss the mark. Go back to that, the word for sin in the blue letter, wherever you found it. Does it have the word thought in there anywhere?
Let me see. Nope.
What's the word there for it?
The word is this one. This is like in Genesis.
Okay. How do you
Go back.
You just click on that first one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this one. Give us 1 second, y'all. These guys on iPhones.
The one is that one.
No. The wall's on the
Yeah.
radio. Alright, yeah, it's fine. One of the old definitions for sin is to miss the mark, because essentially that's what you're doing when you sin. For instance, when you eat pork, right, swine, you dropped the objective. You ate outside of the constraints according to what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai gave you. In this life in general, what we don't want to do is miss the mark. We don't want to slip up in our understanding, which can lead to your destruction. Slip up, physically, which can, you fuck around, nigga, if you see a red light and you misinterpret it for green and go, you can mess around, get hit, and lose your life, literally. We can't afford to not be on point. We never could, ever, but we really can't now. The closer we get to the end, as much as you can, praying to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We're not going to be perfect, that's obvious, but you try your damn hardest. Matter of fact, let me go to that. You got some?
Yeah, I got.
All right, I'm gonna get this first. 1 Peter 1. Even though we know it's not. Matter of fact, I want you to look up the scripture real quick. Type in perfect,
Oh,
and then I'll get the
perfect.
precept for it.
Let me see.
Type in be perfect.
Yeah. Okay, this is Matthew 5.
Yep.
Yeah. This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 48.
Just
Yeah,
read it.
yeah,
Read
verse
straight out.
48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Now pull up that word perfect on the blue letter. Now, we know we can't literally be perfect according to the law. Otherwise, we wouldn't need Yahushua. But we're going to see what that word is. And I got the precept for it real quick out of Peter to help you get a better understanding. First Peter 1 and 16. Because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. Right? So the objective uh, is to be holy, y'all. We're trying to get consecrated and as close to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai as possible in our thoughts and actions repetitively. And it'll keep you out of the danger zone. What's that word for perfect there?
So the word for perfect is Strong's G5046, teleos. The hidden outline biblical usage brought to its end, finish, wanting nothing necessary to completeness.
Wanting nothing necessary to completeness. Wanting that's another precept. Wanting nothing meaning what? You're not lacking in your understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You're fully persuaded in your own mind. And we're seeing, that this one body situation, a lot of these dudes, they're wanting. They don't have they didn't swallow down the full roll. Therefore, they have a spiritual hunger. And who's going to come fulfill that hunger of Esau, Edom? And he's going to walk them off into the alley and destroy them. Be sober, be vigilant, for your adversary the devil walketh about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. If you don't have the full spiritual armor, you're going to be devoured. How do you develop your armor? Tapping in with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. What you got?
I'm gonna still read up in this little definition. That which is perfect, consuming human integrity
What?
and virtues.
Read that word over here.
Consuming,
Consummate.
and of men full grown adult or full age mature.
Mature. That's another good one.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's it then. That's it. So to be spiritually mature. And when your house shine gets back, then we'll be, literally perfect. We won't sin anymore. But until then, like it said in that 1 Corinthians 14, in understanding, be men. And children be malice, meaning what? In wickedness, be a child to it, in a sense of you try to avoid it as much as possible. But in understanding, be full grown, matured men. And there's no other option. If there's any holes in your game, one of these Christians will run up and confound you, then you go bug out. You'll get presented with a life situation. You won't know what to do, make the wrong move, dead. Right? Hey, that brother in LA who got stabbed, right? He made the right move. The carnal desire would have been to go chase the dude down and shoot him. But the smarter move was what? He saw that he was bleeding. I need to tend to my wounds before I bleed out. A snap second decision could have resulted in his own life or death, and the Spirit put it on to make the right decision. That's the times we're living in. We can't be running off on a mill on dumb nigga shit. You gotta, through the Spirit, gotta be able to make the right choices at the right time. There's no, oh shit, what do you want me to say? There's no, there's no room for error. We're getting to the end of the world. What you got?
Give me 1 second.
Did you already have it? What is it?
No, this is Titus chapter 1. Now I start at verse 8. But a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate.
Temperate's a good one. Knowing how to control yourself.
Holding fast to the faithful word as he have been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both exhort and convince the gainsayers.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that was it on that, yeah.
Temperate is the standout word in there. I'm going to get this scripture out of 2nd Ezra 7 because it describes the walk that we're on. We can't slip either to the left or to the right. This journey that we're walking on, y'all, we have to walk the straight path. Not straight as in a straight line, but straight as in a position of difficulty. Strait. This is going to be second Esdras 7. I want to go. We'll start at. This is a parable being given to Esdras. Second Esdras 7:4. But put to the case the entrance were narrow. This is a parable for getting to the kingdom, right? Right. Damn it. It says, and like a river, who then could go into the sea to look upon it? Uh, if if he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There is another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of good things, of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as it were there, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Right there, y'all. So we're walking a straight path. Fire on one side, water on the other. You cannot afford to slip. You cannot afford to be making the same bullshit, childish mistakes you were in, year one. You can't be acting a fool out on your day to day. We're in a very serious matchup with Esau, Edom. All right, was that Ephesians 6? We fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You have the wicked cream of the crop on their end going against the righteous cream of the crop, Lord willing, which is us. We can't afford close. We have to be on point. You got something else?
Yeah, I got two real quick.
Yep.
This is the build off of that straight gate. This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 13. It's read later, which is Yahweh Shai speaking. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in entreat.
Thereat. Go in thereat.
In thereat. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Yep. So we have to be on that straight gate. The wide gate is the way of opportunity in the bullshit of the world that these people are on. Oh man, I don't think God will forgive me for that. No, He won't. You don't know that. Like the famous phrase that brothers say, you don't know when your last Salakia is. So the what is it? Was that Sirach 17? Return to the Lord. Make thy prayer before His face, and offend less. 17 and I believe 25. You can't bank on the fact that you have unlimited fuck ups. You don't know that. You going? Or get your next one?
This next one is Sirach chapter 9, I start verse 12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave.
Yeah.
Keep thee far from the man that have power to kill.
That's good. Just that verse. You don't. Start at verse 11 actually for that Sirach 9.
This is Sirach chapter 9 and verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Read again, verse 12.
Verse 12?
Yeah.
Okay, verse 12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave.
Right. So these people, there's things that they glory in, it's going to lead them to death and destruction. What we glory in is leading us to the kingdom. So we have to stay on that path. Don't envy them. Don't get jealous of them. Walk the straight and narrow. Let them be fools and idiots. We have a hard path, but we have a proper path. That's it. If you didn't have nothing else.
Yeah, that's pretty much
it.
That's
it. The Lord isn't looking for well enough or almost. He's looking for His remnant. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai looking for the remnant. And what does it say? Matter of fact, we'll get one more, Revelation 14 and 4. This is the spirit we have to have about it. Ain't no That's why the apostles teach 100% truth. You're gonna hear a great millstone. You're gonna learn 100% of what you need for salvation, not 50% of it with a little bit of uh, uh, partying on the side and doing this, doing that. 100% of what you need. The scriptures say something. That's what it's gonna be. The scriptures say the Sabbath is based on the new moon. That's what it is. Not every Friday, Saturday. The scriptures say um, on the Sabbath, ain't supposed to be having no sex. That's what it is. The scriptures say the Passover is supposed to be a bitter herb, not lettuce and all these other food. Then that's what it's going to be. Following Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai down to the T until we get the fuck up out of here as much as we can. For the times that we do slip, that's what Yahweh Shai's blood is for. But we do not constantly bank on that. Because one day you're going to go to bank on it and you're going to fall over it. You got it.
This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women.
So they didn't believe in false philosophies of the world.
For they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
We have to follow Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, whithersoever they go. Perfectly. Keep going.
These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb.
Yep. So those who follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth, those are the elect. Anybody else who strays off, who bullshits, who can't keep up, then you're not of the elect. And that's it. That's it, bro. Yeah, that's it. We'll do a video on it. Yes, we'll do a video on it. Close us out.
Alright. Well, before I close, Lord, one this video is edifying. Before we close out, we'd like to give our praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asher, Kakadash. And yet again, Lord, one this video is edifying. The one to the apostle in Elder Great Millstone. And Kwan Bakiyon.
Come back here.
Shalom.
Shalom. You got food to eat?